Our clubhouse is a center of much of Valencia Isle's social and recreational activities, and as such plays a very important role in shaping the quality of life we all experience living in this great community. Many residents have told the Board of Directors that our clubhouse and Grand Hall, which haven't been redecorated in many years, could use a much-needed facelift. So the board had to explore our options: redecorate, renovate, refurbish, or just do nothing. A recent article by noted interior designer Susan Wells asked these questions. Does your clubhouse have the wow factor? Are you proud to show off your clubhouse to family and friends? Renovating and refurbishing your clubhouse should be done every 7 to 10 years. If it hasn't worn out, it has certainly timed out. It was clear that doing nothing wasn't a viable option. We have an obligation to maintain our property and facilities to the highest standards, both for the enjoyment of our residents and to maintain the value of our homes. So how do we proceed? The board needed to put into place a process to acquire the needed expert information in order to make informed decisions down the line. What are our options? What will the cost be involved? What would the renovation look like exactly? Those and many, many more questions needed to be answered before any renovation plan could be brought before the community for a vote by our residents. This video is an attempt to explain the process that has been put into place so that our residents can fully understand what we have done so far and what lies ahead of us. I hope you find it informative. If we look back at the Susan Wells article, we can see that she recommends that the first step in this process should be the appointment of a design committee by the Board of Directors, and that the committee should be responsible to interview and recommend a professional interior design company. This is the process that the Board of Directors followed, and in October of 2014, the Renovation Committee was appointed. The next step in the process was for the Renovation Committee to do their research. And for the better part of a year, they visited numerous communities in our area, such as Ponte Vecchio, Bellagio, Valencia Shores, Valencia Reserve, Valencia Lakes, Glen Eagles Country Club, The Bridges, Lake Ridge Greens, Admirals Cove, and Valencia Cove. They spoke with property managers, members of the Board of Directors, committee members, as well as residents. In their meetings with these communities, the committee discussed such topics as how they selected their designer, the design phase, the implementation phase, interruption of clubhouse activities, how changes in design were handled, how the project was financed, assessments, reserve funds, legal and compliance issues, who was responsible for permitting, insurance, warranties and guarantees, and finally the reactions of their residents to how the project came out. After this exhaustive research and analysis, the committee narrowed their focus on 3 design companies: the Decorators Unlimited, Pierce Architectural Group, and the Wells Design Group. And their final recommendation was for the Decorators Unlimited with Bob Martin as designer. The Board of Directors has accepted the recommendation of the Renovation Committee and has directed the Purchasing and Contracts Committee to enter into discussions with the Decorators Unlimited in the hopes of coming to terms and producing an agreement for board approval. As of the creation of this video, this is where we now stand. Perhaps this is a good time to talk a little bit about the Decorators Unlimited and how they operate. From their website, creating beautiful spaces since 1985, the interior designers of the Decorators Unlimited are based in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Our state-of-the-art luxury design firm boasts an amazing 2-story resource library, CAD-equipped architectural department, 3-story design warehouse, and an extensive fleet of trucks. As you can see, Decorators is a one-stop shop in that they will design the plans for our renovation, purchase and contract for all materials and services, receive delivery of all materials in their own warehouse until needed at the work site, deliver those materials as necessary in their own fleet of trucks, and subcontract for all construction and installation services. The Decorators Unlimited, like most design companies, break down a project like this into 2 phases. The first phase is the design phase. Here are some components of the design phase: space planning and interior design, which includes preparing a fully scaled furniture plan to depict use, function, furniture size, and aesthetic function of each room. Make recommendation for interior plants and planter areas if applicable. Assist in the selection and design of carpeting, wall coverings, furnishing, window treatments, fabrics, and built-ins, and provide, as necessary, visual aids, room renderings, plans, sketches, color boards, and elevations of all proposed designs. Materials, selection, and room finish schedule. It will coordinate with Valenciao's material selection specification, including flooring, tile, and carpet selections, additional millwork, crown moldings, chair rail, applied moldings, lighting fixtures, paint colors, hardware for doors, and any other materials as may be required. Budget. Working with Valenciao's in creating and establishing a comprehensive budget for both the construction and FF&E, furniture, fixtures, and equipment phase. Design fee. In consideration of the above services, Valenciao's will pay decorators a design consultation fee of $25,000 or whatever might be negotiated with P&C Committee. CAD drawings and computer renderings. If we require additional drawings and renderings, decorators can provide CAD services and renderings as may be needed. Such CAD services and renderings shall be billed at an additional cost of $100 per hour. Let me give you an example of the type of computer renderings Decorators is capable of producing for us. Here's a short video of one of their projects. Valenciao's approves the design plans and wishes to move forward with implementation, we will move into Phase 2. But it should be understood that if Valenciao's rejects the plans, that we are under no further financial obligation to Decorators. Phase 2. Phase 2 is the purchasing and construction phase. Decorators will provide Valenciao's purchasing services and will purchase the needed goods and materials. The goods and materials will then be sold to Valenciao's on a basis of actual manufacturer's invoice plus a 30% fee, or as may be negotiated. An additional 15% freight charge will cover freight bills from manufacturer, receiving, warehousing, storage, delivery, and setup. Let's for a moment take a look how this process might actually work by using just one example. Let's take, for instance, the chairs you're sitting on right now. Let's say that the design plan calls for replacement of all the grand hall chairs. Decorators will reach out to various manufacturers and get pricing for a number of chairs that match in function, style, and color that the design plan calls for. So here are 3 chairs that decorators might be interested, along with their MSRP, or manufacturer's suggested retail price. Interior designers usually get deep discounts on the MSRP, which will bring down their invoice costs. Add the 30% decorators markup and the 15% freight charge, and we have the real cost of each chair to Valenciao's, not including sales tax. Designers would then consult with Valenciao's and decide which chair would best suit our purposes. This same process would happen with each of the dozens of items that would need to be purchased during this phase. Designers will always receive multiple bids on all materials and services. Okay, let's go back to our process schematic and review where we are in that process and what lies ahead. Let's recall in October of 2014, the board created the Renovation Committee. The committee did research for an entire year, and in November of 2015 recommended we contract with the Decorators Unlimited. The board directed the P&C Committee to negotiate and hopefully come up with an agreement that passes board approval. Once we have a design contract, the designer, Bob Martin, will frequently meet and consult with representatives of Valenciao's and provide us with various design options with their associated costs. This is a highly interactive process which will ultimately produce a design plan and budget for the entire renovation project. The board would then have to decide how the project should be financed. Most likely, it would be a combination of using reserve funds and special assessments. If special assessments are required, that would of course require a vote of the community as per our governing documents. If the community approves the special assessment, the board could then enter into agreement with decorators for Phase 2 and renovation work could be scheduled. As you can see, renovating our facilities is a long process with many steps. It would most likely involve 4 different boards of directors. The 2014 board created the Renovation Committee. The 2015 board will contract with the designer. The 2016 board will come up with the financing and arrange for a community vote. And most likely the 2017 board will oversee the actual implementation phase. For all of this to happen, Valencians must be in general agreement that renovating our facilities is in all of our best interest, and it is important that all residents thoroughly understand the process that has been put into place for us to be able to achieve that. I hope this video has helped in that regard. Thank you for watching.